your parents think that you are a failure, then you have my permission and my encouragement to show them this video. Just a warning, this might offend them, okay? Alright, so hi guys, it's Angela again. It's me again. I just wanted to touch on this topic for a little bit because I noticed this a lot, not only when it came with my family, but also in like a lot of other people's family as well. It's when parents have like a certain expectation of their kids to be a certain way, to be better than them, to step into the position, to inherit the business or whatever. So when your parents think you're a failure in your 20s or in your 30s, then it's probably helpful for you to remind them that your life is your life, and your life doesn't have to be measured against their metrics of what success should be. And what that means is, just because they have certain expectations of you does not mean that you have to live your life in that certain way that they want you to live your life. So for example, my parents have always wanted me to be like a lawyer or a doctor or, you know, any kind of degree that brings prestige to the Asian family, because the Asian families like titles. You know, it's like the silliest thing for me, in my opinion, that my grandpa would say, like, it doesn't matter how much money you have for as long as you have your title. It's like as if your worth or your entire being is dependent on having a certain title. That's just like the most ridiculous thing. When my 8th grade science teacher said to our class that the biggest and the best gift that you can give your husband is your virginity, and that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Like for me, like what I see is a lot of people with degrees, with titles, they don't have their shit together, and a lot of them are not happy because they tried to conform to what their parents expected of them, rather than finding out for themselves what it is that truly makes them happy. So for example, Exhibit A, I totally went against the grain and I decided to drop out, even though my parents would have really wanted me to stay in school, bring them the honor of graduating as, you know, like a financier or something. But the thing is, I didn't want to live a life that somebody else dictated for me, because at the end of the day, this is my life. And I just want you to understand that, you know, sometimes parents don't see the fact that they want you to be successful because they feel like it's their success. They feel like your success is their success and that they're responsible for your success. You know, it's kind of like that. Because you're my daughter or you're my son, you have to follow in my footsteps. You have to be better than me. You have to make me proud. What I've observed is, when parents come from that place of like, hey, I expect you to be so much better or so much more successful, it creates this pressure in the kid. And that's just like a 20-year-old kid, you know, like an 18-year-old kid that you're pressuring because you feel like that person or your child has to fill in your big shoes. And you make them feel like they have really big shoes to fill. But the thing is, what if they don't want to be like you? What if they don't want to be following in your footsteps? Like, what if they don't want to be a business owner or a philanthropist or a socialite or whatever? You know, what if they don't want to be a doctor? What if they don't want to be a lawyer like you? I've seen this in my family. It's really common in a lot of Asian families. It's just, you know, it's kind of sad that most parents would rather choose to feel good about themselves, to feel the pride that they feel in themselves, rather than, you know, choosing to encourage their kids to have options and to live the life that they really want to live, and to encourage self-exploration. Instead of doing that, they want to make sure that their kids are safe, that their kids make them feel proud, or whatever other reason that they may have. And of course, I acknowledge that parents have the best intention. I don't think there is a parent that really wants their kid to fail. But the thing is, I don't think they realize that the reason why they want their kid to be successful is because they attach their sense of pride or sense of accomplishment to what their kids have achieved. And so when they feel like their kids are a failure, or whatever being a failure means to them, then it also means that they are a failure. So the thing is, it's not really about the child, it's not really about you, it's not about your happiness, it's not about your mental health, it's not about your well-being, it's about how proud are they of themselves because of the achievements that you've achieved. You know, if your parents make you feel like you're a failure, that's just one of the things I want you to remember. And if you're a parent watching this, then I would like to encourage you to watch Dr. Shafali's videos. And I understand that there is no perfect blueprint to being a parent, but the thing is, it's your kid's life. And at the end of the day, they have their own dreams, they have their own individuality, they have their own aspirations. And just because they don't match your metric of success, whatever success means to you, whether that's being a doctor, or that's being rich, or that's being famous, does not mean that your kid is a failure. Because what does failure really even mean? Like, this game of success is just sold to us by a bunch of capitalists. And we mutually agreed that looking successful is better than being happy. And I say that's bullshit. I feel like because we only get one life, or at least that's what we know, that we only get one life, then the least we can do is encourage the people that we love to be happy. And even if their happiness goes against the grain of what the society thinks that they should do, or what you think that they should be, doesn't mean that they failed. It just means that, you know, they have a life of their own. And it just means that you're okay to see them lead their life for as long as they're happy and they're not hurting anyone and they're not hurting themselves. So that's my piece. And if your parents ever make you feel like you're a failure, just go back to this video and remember that a lot of the time it's not about you, it's about them. It's about their ego and, you know, them thinking what other people would say about them if their kid is a failure. So just keep that in mind. And I just wanted to know, my channel is just here to encourage you and push you to live the life that is meaningful for you and to pursue your own happiness. Because at the end of the day, when you die, you die. I don't think you get a do-over of this life in this era, in this body. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and subscribe to my channel, give us a like if you resonated with this. And, like I said, you have my permission to send this to your mom or your dad or whoever else thinks that they get to dictate the life that you live. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!